You're listening to the All American Actors Podcast, episode 45. In today's episode, we are talking about why you are not booking U.S. roles. That's coming up next. Ready to go behind the scenes and learn what it really takes to build a sustainable career as a working actor in the U.S. film and TV industry? Join me, Catherine Beck, your All-American Accent Coach, as I give you the insight and inspiration to take action on your career. Learn my best tips and tricks to performing with an American accent, and hear from working actors and other industry professionals to give you a comprehensive overview of this biz we call showbiz. This is the All-American Actors Podcast. Welcome back to all of my OG All-American Actors Podcast listeners. We are back. I can't believe it. I'm so excited to bring this podcast back. So many actors told me how much they loved it, they missed it, and you know what? I missed it too. So we are back. And this is the first episode of many more to come. If you are new to the podcast, you have 45 episodes to binge listen. And let me tell you, there are some good episodes in there. Start with episode 1 and work your way up. Now, the reason why I brought back the All-American Actors Podcast is because, well, I love the Voice for Business podcast, and, there's really great information in that podcast. I felt like with actors, we speak a different language, a very specific language with specific needs. And I felt like I needed to have a podcast just for you so I could speak our language and really tap into those things that are holding you back, the things that you need to inspire you, and bring you incredible interviews with amazing actors, both in the US and all over the world, and industry professionals. So we are back, and I've got some really great episodes coming your way. Now, for everyone that is listening, my OG listeners, my new listeners, I have a favor for you. If you are listening to this when it is live, on the day it has come out or the day after, do me a favor. And first, let me preface by saying, who here has a vision board? Do you put things on your vision board, or do you visualize and dream big things that you want to see actually happen? Now, on my vision board, I have the number 1. It's a little picture of Apple Podcasts and the number 1, because I have this dream of having my podcast be number 1. And today is a day where that becomes a possibility, but I need your help. This is where you come into play. Now, Apple recognizes podcasts, and to be recognized by Apple in the podcasting world, it's a couple of things. 1, subscribe. 2, ratings and reviews. And 3, downloads. So if all of us come together as a community and do this for me and make my vision come true, you will make me the happiest podcaster ever. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to press that subscribe button. I need you to click those 5 stars and write just a very brief review. It does not need to be long. Just let me know that you're enjoying the podcast. And last, but certainly not least, I need you to download like crazy. There are 45 episodes here, and if you and everyone else downloads all of those episodes, I will be number 1. I am sure of it, because that is a lot of episodes. So do me a favor, click the download on all of those episodes, and you will make me the happiest camper ever. You will help me make my visualization come true, and I will be there for you to support you with many more amazing episodes coming your way. Because when you are recognized as number 1, the top podcast in your category, that also helps me book some amazing interviews with some amazing people in the industry. So that is my favor from you. And I promise to bring you some really amazing episodes and interviews coming your way. And I've got some great prizes for you. So if you do all 3, make sure you take a screenshot and send it to me You can send it to me on Instagram stories at Catherine_Beck_ and let me know that you've done it, and you will be in the running for some amazing prizes I have, like a one-on-one coaching session with me. I'm also giving away some memberships and programs that I have, so you do not want to miss the prizes. So make sure you do that, and you'll be supporting me and the show, and I really appreciate it. Alrighty, let's jump into today's episode now. And for those of you who don't know, I am more than just an American accent coach and a voice coach. I am still acting, not on screen and on stage like I used to for many, many years, but I'm still acting in voiceovers. That is my creative expression through voiceovers, and I love it. And this week, I had a couple of auditions come through. One was for a commercial, and one was for an animated character in a show. And tell me if you're like me. Okay. Initially, you're excited when you get the email that you have an audition, right? Then you read the breakdown, and you think, okay, I could play this role. But then you get into it, you start working through the dialogue, and you start mapping out and making choices. And you start to realize that this character is a little bit of a stretch. It's not 100% the type of roles you usually play, so it could be a little bit harder to book this role. So you start to think, maybe someone else would probably get this role over you. So you're going to put it down, you're going to lay down that audition, but the thought is already in your head. There's doubt, there's hesitation, there's this idea that you're not going to book this role. You've already put that thought in your head. Now, the reason I bring this up is because we all go through this. It's human nature. I do it, you do it, we all do it as actors at some stage. And I notice this so often when I am working with actors. In fact, I can hear it in your voice. I can hear it in the actual words that you say to me. Because oftentimes people will approach me for an audition and say, I've got this audition, it's for a really big role. I know I probably won't get it, but I just want to give it a go. And even in just saying that, listen what you're putting out to the universe. I know I'm not going to get it. It's a really big role. I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to give it a go. So you're already basically saying to yourself that you're not going to book the job. And this, unfortunately, is often the case. I'll hear actors tell me all the reasons why you won't book the role. All of your excuses, your doubts, your fears, your insecurities, they all come through. And it seems to be escalated when you're layering in an American accent. So we tell ourselves we're not going to book the role. And why do we do this? So that we don't feel disappointed when we don't book the role. You have set yourself up already to not book the role. But why are you doing that? Don't you want to book the role? Isn't that the point of auditioning? Otherwise, why are you wasting your time auditioning for the role? Why wouldn't you want to just do something else with your time? Think of it like this. It's kind of like, let's say you're going to an ice cream shop and you want to order chocolate. But instead, you get up to the counter and you order vanilla because you start thinking that the person serving the ice cream will never give you the chocolate. Think of it like they've got like this super secret VIP chocolate flavor. It's not on the menu, but you know about it, but it's only reserved for special people. So instead of putting yourself out there and ordering the VIP chocolate because you already know about it, all you have to do is ask for it. You back down and you order the vanilla, which you don't want. You're not really a vanilla person, but you're too hesitant to really go for it and commit and ask for the flavor that you want, the VIP super secret chocolate flavor. Okay, I know it sounds ridiculous. This is probably not the best metaphor, but I think you get what I mean, right? It sounds pretty ridiculous, but that's what we're doing. What we are doing is pretty ridiculous. Instead of approaching the audition like, I'm not going to book the role, what if we approached the audition differently? What if we said to ourselves instead that what we bring to the role is unique? Because it is. We are all different. And so when we fully invest in our uniqueness, that is when you're going to connect to that role. That is when you are going to stand out in that role. And that is when you're going to be a contender to actually have a fighting chance to book that role. So it all starts with how we think. And if you're not thinking about how to speak in an American accent and how that differs to how you speak in your natural accent, well, that's going to make it a whole lot more difficult to book that U.S. role. And that is where I see so many actors struggle, because you don't consider setting yourself up with your mindset before the audition. And you don't think of the American perspective when you create the character. So for us as the audience, we may hear that your American pronunciation, the sounds are good, but the character is lacking. It doesn't feel American. We may also hear your hesitation, your doubt, your insecurity. Because if you don't believe that you are right for the role, we will hear it in your voice, in your sounds. So do yourself a favor. Set yourself up for success. Because I guarantee the actors that are booking those U.S. roles believe that they can book that role. And they know how to make a character act, speak, and feel American. And that is where you have a choice. You can either continue to do what you've always been doing, living in doubt, thinking, I won't book this role. I'm not going to be the person that they call and offer the role. Or you can start believing that you can book this role. You can start dreaming big and believing that those dreams are going to be a reality. You can create the reality you desire, but you just need to believe it. And so those are my tips for you this week. Let me know how you go with that. When you have your next U.S. audition, I want you to succeed. But we've got to start thinking and believing in ourselves. I want to be there to cheer you on and celebrate your wins. So when you audition with your U.S. accent and you're thinking about changing that state of mind to put you in the right place to really book that role, I want you to send me a DM on Instagram at Catherine_Beck_. Let me know how you went. And also, if you're loving this episode, take a screenshot of the show, share it with me on your Instagram story, and tag me in it. Thanks for listening today. And remember, help me make my dreams a reality. Help me make that vision on my vision board happen. #1 podcast. All you need to do is subscribe, hit those 5 stars, leave a review, and download all those episodes. And make sure to let me know so you are in the running for the giveaway prizes. Now, coming up next week on the show, we are talking about why you are dropping out of the American accent when the stakes are high. So we're going to talk about when those high emotions come in, what to do so you can keep that accent consistent. Now, make sure to share this show with all your actor friends. Let them know what's coming up next week and invite them to tune in with you and learn how to become an all-American actor so you can be the working actor you dream to be. Until then, go practice your American accent, and I'll see you back here next time.